Now listen, I've been eating watermelon for going on 60 years, and I thought I knew everything there was to know about it. I was wrong. Dead wrong, because most folks, they cut it open, they eat the red part, they toss the rest in the trash, and they call it a day. And that, my friend, is a crying shame, because that one $5 melon sitting on your counter right now can do a whole lot more than you think. So today, I'm counting down 10 ways to eat, prepare, and cook a watermelon. And then I'm going to show you how to pick a good one, because if you get that part wrong, none of the rest matters. And stick around to the end, because number one, my wife thought I'd lost my mind when I first made it, and now she asks for it every single week. So let's get into it. Now, real quick before we start, it is July. We are right in the thick of it. Watermelon season runs strong from now through about September, but right now, July into early August, that's the sweet spot. That's when they're cheap, they're ripe, and they're stacked up at every roadside stand and grocery store you drive past. So whatever you take from this video, do it now. Because come October, you'll be paying double for half the flavor. All right, let's go. Number 10, grilled watermelon. Now I know what you're thinking. Earl, you don't cook watermelon, you eat it cold. And I thought the same thing until my neighbor put a slice on the grill at a cookout and handed it to me. Cut it into thick wedges, about an inch, pat it dry with a paper towel, and lay it on a hot grill for about 2-3 minutes aside. What happens is the heat caramelizes those natural sugars, and it goes from sweet to deep and smoky. Squeeze a little lime on it, crack some salt over the top. Tastes almost like candy off the fire. Nobody expects it, and everybody asks for the recipe. Number 9, watermelon and feta. This one sounds strange the first time you hear it. Sweet melon, salty cheese. But there's a reason restaurants charge you $12 for it. Cube up your watermelon, crumble feta over it, tear up some fresh mint, drizzle a little olive oil, and a splash of balsamic. The salt and the sweet play off each other, and it just works. It's the kind of thing you bring to a summer get-together and people remember it. Costs you a couple bucks to make a whole bowl of it. Number 8, freeze it. Now this is the simplest thing on the whole list, and it's the one I do the most. Cut your melon into cubes or scoop it into balls, lay it out flat on a tray, and stick it in the freezer. Once it's frozen solid, dump it in a freezer bag. Now you've got a snack that'll keep for weeks. Eat them straight like little popsicles on a hot afternoon, or drop a handful in your water or your tea instead of ice. They chill your drink and they don't water it down. My grandkids go through these by the handful. Number 7, watermelon agua fresca. Fancy name, real simple thing. The Mexican folks have been doing this forever, and they got it right. Take a few cups of watermelon, throw it in the blender with a little water, a squeeze of lime, and just a touch of sugar or honey if it needs it. Blend it, strain it if you want it smooth, pour it over ice. That's it. It's the most refreshing thing you'll drink all summer, and it costs about a quarter of what you'd pay for a bottled juice. That's mostly corn syrup anyway. Number 6, don't throw out the rind. Now here's where I'm going to lose some of you, but hear me out. That white part of the rind, the part between the red and the green skin, folks have been pickling that for generations. My grandmother did it during the Depression because you didn't waste a thing back then. Cut off the green skin, cube up the white part, and pickle it in vinegar, sugar, and a little cinnamon and clove. It comes out sweet and tangy, kind of like a bread and butter pickle. You're getting a second food out of the same melon you already paid for. That's just good sense. Number 5, watermelon salsa. Put down the jar salsa. Dice up your watermelon real fine. Add some diced red onion, a little jalapeno if you like heat, cilantro, lime juice, and a pinch of salt. Mix it all together. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's got a little bite. Goes on grilled chicken, goes on fish, or you just eat it with chips. It looks impressive, and it takes you about 5 minutes to throw together. Number 4, watermelon juice ice cubes for later. This one's about thinking ahead. When melons are cheap like they are right now in July, blend up a big batch, strain it, and pour that juice into ice cube trays. Freeze them, bag them. Now in September, when the good melons are gone and the prices have gone back up, you drop a few cubes in a glass of lemonade or even a summer cocktail, and you've got that fresh July flavor in the fall. You're basically storing summer in your freezer. Number 3, the salt trick. Now this isn't a recipe so much as a thing my daddy taught me. A lot of older folks already know this one. You take a slice of watermelon and you sprinkle a little salt on it before you bite in. Sounds backwards, but the salt actually makes the sweet taste sweeter. It's the contrast. If you got a melon that came out a little bland, a little disappointing, the salt brings it right back to life. Try it one time and you'll never go back. Number 2, watermelon, cucumber, and lime cooler. This is the one I make when it's 100 degrees out and I don't want to turn the oven on. Blend watermelon with half a cucumber, the juice of 1 lime, and a handful of ice. The cucumber makes it crisp, the lime wakes it up, and it goes down cool and clean. It's hydrating, it's barely any calories, and on a hot July afternoon, there's nothing better. You can spike it for the grown-ups too, but I'll leave that to you. Alright, before I give you number 1, let me say this real quick. I make these videos because I hate watching people waste money on stuff they don't need to. If that's the kind of thing you're into, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Costs you nothing and it helps an old man out. Alright, number one, watermelon sorbet. No machine, no fancy equipment, nothing. Take your frozen watermelon cubes, the ones from number 8, throw them in a food processor or a good blender with a squeeze of lime and a tiny bit of honey. Blend it until it's smooth, like soft serve. That's it. That's the whole thing. No cream, no sugar dumped in by the cup, no preservatives, none of it. Just watermelon. It tastes like the most expensive sorbet you've ever had at a nice restaurant, and it cost you a couple dollars in 5 minutes. This is the one my wife laughed at me for, and now I'm making it twice a week. Scoop it into a bowl, put a little mint on top if you're feeling fancy. You will not believe something this good is just frozen fruit. Now, none of this matters one bit if you bring home a bad melon. So let me tell you how to pick a good one, because there's a real method to it, and most people just thump it and hope. First thing, look for the yellow spot. Turn that melon over and find the patch where it sat on the ground. You want that spot to be a deep buttery yellow, almost orange. That tells you it ripened on the vine in the sun the way it's supposed to. If that spot is white or pale green, put it back. It got picked too early and it's going to be bland. Second, pick it up. A good watermelon should feel heavy for its size. That heft is the water and the sugar inside. If it feels light, it's dried out. Third, go ahead and give it that thump everybody does, but here's what you're listening for. You want a deep, hollow sound like knocking on a door. A dull, flat thud means it's overripe and mushy inside. And last, look for the webbing. Those rough, brown, scratchy patches on the skin. Those are called sugar spots, and they're a good thing. That's where the melon was extra sweet and the sugar seeped out. More webbing usually means a sweeter melon. You put those 4 things together, the yellow spot, the weight, the thump, and the webbing, and you'll pick a winner damn near every time. All right, folks, that's 10 ways to make the most out of a watermelon, plus how to pick the right one. And remember, right now in July is the time to do it. Well, they're cheap and they're good. So which one of these are you going to try first? Or have you got a watermelon trick I didn't mention? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And maybe I'll make a part 2. If this helped you out, share it with somebody who'd like it. And hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I'll see you next time.